Good morning, mom. Good morning, classmate. By the way, we are the group 4 and we will discuss to you the types and parts of the camera. So these are the names of the reporter. Alexis Marfelquiano, Eliza Jean Oliver, Ivan Jan Guardados Antalan, John Mar Cabrera Dinoy, John Calor Garcia, Prince Nobela Siguban, Rafael Javier Bompat, Sheila Lopez, and Okang. Lesson 1. Types and parts of camera. So I am the first reporter. I am Prince Ensiguban, and I will discuss first the meaning of the camera and the early form of the camera. So first, camera. Um, I believe that we all know what camera is, and I know that everyone of us already use a camera. It is a device or a box that control the amount of light, either film, digital sensor, or another surface. We all know that we can use the camera for taking photographs, making films, producing television, pictures, and also many cameras are now included as part of other digital device, such as phones and tablets. Number two, the camera body. It is a light tight box that has a hole in the middle. That hole is called lens that has light and to be captured by film, paper, or digital sensor. The body of camera comes in variety of style like shapes, formats, and the importance uses of it. So now I will discuss now the early form of camera. Early form of camera. So number one, as you can see, this is the this is the sample of image of pinhole camera. It is also known as a camera obscura or a dark chamber. It is an optical image. Ang shape nito is like a closed box na merong maliit na butas sa walls. Then the light na nasa labas ng wall will enter the hole from the box and will projected in the opening wall. So the next number two, camera obscura. In Latin words, it is called darkening room. It is the same as a pinhole camera. It is a shape of a box or a box room na merong maliit na butas sa wall. Then mag maglight siya sa outside. Then it will capture the image outside and it will result upside down inside the box. Who invented camera obscura? The first one who invented the camera is Alzan I. Aitam. In 11th century, saying scientist, mathematician, astronomer, and philosopher, he is the one invented the camera obscura and the pinhole camera. The box camera. It is a simple camera. It is made with two metals part combined to form sailed rectangular box. It has a focus lens and front loading knob on a side. In the back of the camera, it is a frame, counter window, and the top and on side of the camera are two two tangles mirrors. Main kinds of camera. Box camera and view camera has a two part of design. Front section of the camera holds a lens mount and mechanical shutter. And the rear section of the camera holds piece of ground glass. The view camera can be focused both front and back. Polaroid still it is an instant camera system, also an foolproof method. The camera usually used from certain crime scene and the clinical situation. Like that. Number 4. Number 4. The reflex cameras. A. The single lens reflex. The single lens reflects. Camera has a screen, but the film remains constantly in position. A 45 mirror reflect the image, forming rays from the lens onto a screen in the camera top. The mirror moves out of the way during the exposure and back again afterwards for viewing and focusing the next picture. The image on the screen therefore temporarily disappear during exposure. Letter B. The digital single lens reflex. This DSLR camera is a digital single lens reflex camera inside the camera body. Is a mirror that reflects the light coming from the lens up into optical view finder by way of either PSIM in higher and DSLRs or series or additional mirrors usually in lower end models. Letter C, the twin lens reflex. The twin lens reflex is a comparatively bulky dual camera with a flex mirror, reflex housing, and top screen mounted above. A roll film box camera, its two lens focus on onions so that the top screen show that image sharpness and framing as are recorded on the film in the lower section. The viewing image remains visible all the time, but the viewpoint difference parallax of the two lenses means that framing on the top screen is identical with that one of film. So, so that is my report. Next reporter is hmm, Marato.
I am Shella Lopez and I am the second reporter and I'm now about to discuss the five types of camera. First, the press camera. It refers to any photograph taken for public release. Taken by professional photographer, these photos exude quality and capture the desirable traits of a subject. Given the significance of photos in achieving coverage goals, it's crucial to highlight the importance of press photos. Second, underwater camera. Underwater camera may be inherently waterproof or placed in a waterproof housing and are capable of capturing stored video and still images. These cameras are used by responders to document underwater accidents, crime scenes, and security inspections. Third, wide-angle lenses are staple in most landscape photographers' kit, popular for their ability to capture sweeping vistas and starry nights. Apart from landscape photography, architecture, and real estate photographers frequently pick these lenses to make a space to feel more expansive and expressive. Fourth, panoramic camera. Panoramic camera images depicts an angle of view which is significantly wider than the one that is typically captured in one exposure. Panoramic photos are the height of professional imaginary as they add a sense of time and location and give the viewer a super wide view of the object. Fifth, still video camera is a type of electronic camera that takes still images and stores them as a single frames of video. They peaked in popularity in the late 1980s and can be seen as the predecessor to the digital camera. That's all. Thank you.
Good day, ma'am. I am Ivan John Bordado Santalan, and my report is the main parts of a camera. The first one is camera lens. The camera lens can be called eye of the camera and also known as the photographic lens or photographic objective. Second one is aperture. Aperture is a hole in the lens that control how much light gets into the camera. And the third is camera image sensor. It's an electronic device that convert an optical image into an electronic signal. The fourth is camera shutter. In photography and digital photography applications, the shutter is a device on the camera that opens and closes to control how long the focal plane is exposed to light. Shutter and shutter speed. It's the speed at which the shutter of the camera closes. What are the types of shutter? The types of shutter is diaphragm or leaf shutter and focal plane shutter. Diaphragm shutter is constructed from thin blades which briefly uncover the aperture to make the exposure. Was devised by Mr. Friedrich Dickel of Germany in 1912, and the focal plane shutter is the distance between your camera lens and the perfect points of focus in an image, invented by William England in 1861. Electronic shutter. Electronic shutter simply turn the sensor on and off to capture the exposure. Mechanical shutter has two curtains or blade which made of several blades that open to let light reach the sensor and then close the end of the specified exposure time. And the last one is focusing control. Focusing is an integral part of any camera operation.
Good day everyone, my name is Rafael Bompat and I'm going to discuss about types of shutter, types of focus, and parts and functions of single lens reflex. There are two types of shutter, the diaphragm or leaf shutter and focal plane shutter. The diaphragm or leaf shutter was devised by Mr. Friedrich Dickel of Germany in 1912. It consisted of 3 to 5 metal plates. generally mounted in between the lens components. William England in 1861 invented the focal plane shutter. The focal plane shutter has faster shutter speed but less accurate in timing. It is located directly in front of the image plane. There are two main camera shutter types, the electronic camera shutter type and mechanical shutter type. The electronic shutter type is a shutter type that simply turns the sensor on and off to capture the exposure. Mechanical shutter is a leaf shutter that consists of a mechanism with one or more pivoting metal leaves. Now let's move on to the focusing control. Focusing control is an integral part of any camera operation. It is also a mechanism for focusing an optical system and gives the sharpest possible image. There are three types of focus: the scale bed type or focusing scale, the microprism or rangefinder type, and the ground glass type. The scale bed type or focusing scale corresponds the distance from the camera to the subject. The microprism or rangefinder type are finely etched prisms which break up the image. They are brought together as you focus. The rangefinder type is usually classified into two kinds. It is the split image and the coincidence image. Split image means there are two images which splits your images in half, and the coincidence image usually used on compact cameras with a fixed lens. The ground glass type is the whole of the image of the screen will progressively become sharp. It is inserted in the back of the camera and the lens opened to its widest aperture. Parts and functions of single lens reflex. The accessory light shoe or hot shoe. It is where the flash bulb is inserted for indoor photography. This is one of the examples of the accessory light shoe. The second one is the back cover lid snap, a device used in opening the back cover for film reloading. The third one is the battery cover. This is where the battery is stored. The fourth one is the counter, also known as shutter counter. It stores and sometimes displays the total of number of pictures you have taken with it. Data display. Often a liquid LCD permits the user to view settings such as film, speed, exposure, and shutter speed. The diaphragm or aperture, a small opening in a camera, usually circular in shape and usually variables in the form iris diaphragm that regulates the intensity of light which passes through the lens. Depth of field scale estimates the distance between nearest and farthest object. Distance scale, a distance that shows approximate distance from the optical center of the lens to the point of focus on the object. Exposure counter or frame counter, a device indicating the number of exposures made.
Good day everyone, I am John Mardinoy. Today, I'm going to continue discuss about parts of a camera. Number 10. Film advance lever, used to rotate the film inside the camera in order to take a new picture. Number 11. Film holder or chamber. It holds the film firmly inside the camera. It is always located at the opposite side of the lens. Number 12. Film rewind crank, a device used in film rewinding. And number 13. Film rewind lock, a device that secures the film for any accidental rewinding. Number 14. Flash terminal. It is where flash bulb cord is plugged for synchronization to the camera. And number 15, film speed dial indicates the speed or sensitivity of the film you are using. Number 16, flash shoe, mounting surface connection of the removable flash. Number 17, focusing ring, adjust the focus in the image that you see by turning it left and right. And number 18, hot shoe, the point of top of the camera used to attach a flash unit. A flash unit is used to produce a flash or artificial light. Number 19, ISO dial, a camera device in which when adjusted it will conform with the sensitivity of the film to light. Number 20, ISO speed. Film speed is the measure of a film's sensitivity to light. Film speed is measured on a variety of numerical scales. The ISO system is one of the newest ASA, also known as the American Standards Association, invented a new method to determine and specify film speeds of black and white negative films. Both ASA ISO describe how quickly the film reacts to light. Number 21, lens. It is a specially shaped glass which reflects light from outside into the back of the camera and creates a reverse upside down image on the film at the back of camera. Number 22, lens lock release lever. It is a device used to secure the lens. Number 23, self timer. It is the time setting of a camera. This is automatically operated to allow the photographer to participate in photo taking. It is used to delay the time between pressing the shutter button and the camera taking the picture. Number 24, shutter. It is an adjustable mechanism that regulates the amount of light reaching the film by varying the length of time light can pass through the lens. Number 25, shutter release button. It is a part of the camera which when pressed will keep the shutter in open position. When the button is released, camera shutter will open to capture the photograph when will close again, allowing light to enter the camera. The camera shutter will open to capture the photograph, then will close again, allowing light to enter the camera. Number 26, shutter speed dial. It is a dial that indicates the speed at which the shutter is opening and closing. Number 27, viewfinder or window. It is a viewing instrument attached to a camera used to obtain proper composition. And number 28, rewind button. Press to release your roll of film before rewinding the film back into the canister. Number 29, rewind knob. Mechanism used to rewind the film back into the canister. There are two purposes for this feature. First, once a roll of film is complete, it allows a photographer to rewind the film back into the film cassette. The second purpose of a film rewind knob is to ensure proper loading. Number 30, shutter release button. The button you press that opens the shutter and takes the photograph. And number 31, tripod socket. Part of the camera you can screw on to a tripod. B. Parts and function of digital single lens reflex. Other parts of DSLR are also found in the single lens reflex as already stipulated above. Below are the features and uses of the DSLR. So front of camera is a device for recording an image of an object on a light sensitive surface, and it is essentially a light tight box with a aperture to admit light focus onto a sensitized film or plate. And that's all. Thank you.
Number 3, rear. Or number 1, eye cup. The eye cup prevents external light from entering when your eyes is contact with the eyepiece. A soft materials is used to reduce the burden on the eyes and the forehead. Or number 2, viewfinder eyepiece. The viewfinder eyepiece is a small window on the camera. It establishes the photos to focus on a subject. Or number 3, LCD monitor. Text informations such as the menu can be displayed on the LCD of the monitor. Or number 4, menu bar. Use this button to display the menu for adjusting the difference of the camera functions. Or number 5, playback button. Button is used for playing back the camera or the video that you played. Or number 6, Wi-Fi lamp. This lamp indicates the wireless connection status, either the camera is connected to Wi-Fi or not. Or number 7, assist lamp. The lamp appears blinking when there is a data transmission between the camera and the memory card. Do not open the card slot or battery. Or number 8, set button multi-controller. The multi-controller key are directions button that allow you to move between menu items or AP point during AP point selection. Or number 9, ISO speed setting button. Adjust the sensitivity of the camera towards the light. Or number 10, quick control buttons. When you press the quick control buttons, which allows you to confirm various camera settings at one glance and adjust them. R11, display button. Turn the display button on or off. Display the camera's major function setting when the menu is displayed. R number 12, erase button. Use this button to erase the image that you didn't want or unwanted image. R14, live view shooting or movie shooting switch. Use this button to turn on or turn off the live view function. Pressing the button once displayed the live view image on the LCD monitor, and the camera is ready for live viewing shooting. Example, to record a movie, set the shooting mode to a shooting movie. To stop, press the button again.
Good day everyone. I am Alexis Hiano and I am the group for reporter members in Forensic 1. And then my topic is the rear up to top, and then I will continue the topic of Miss Oliver in the rear at number 15, and I will end at 1, 2, 3 on the top, in the top. So when we took R15, these are the R15 dioptric adjustment knob, this part of the camera. And then the diopter adjustment allows you to customize the viewfinder so that you can see a clear focus image inside the viewfinder without the need for eyeglasses or contact lens. So you can view this without need eyeglasses or something as contact lens. And then next part is the settings on a quick control setting. So this part of these pictures, this like nakalagay dito the P 1/40, F 4.0 like that. So the first things is the QC1 shooting mode. So displays the text or icon corresponding to the shooting mode you have selected in your turn the mode dial. So these are the QC1, the that kaning nakabutang diri ano P. So when we took QC1, these are the three types of shooting modes, auto scene and PSE. And modes, the camera controls shooting speed and aperture and auto scene modes. So the camera controls shutter speed and aperture in auto and scene modes. PSE and M modes are known as exposure modes, and they allow photographers to control which aspects of exposure, aperture, or shutter speed they want. So the next is the QC2. The QC2, the shutter speed. These are the shutter speed, the 1/40. Display the times interval during which of the shutter is open. So what is the meaning of this? So the QC2 shutter speeds, a shutter speed of 2 means that the shutter will be open for the seconds, whereas a shutter speed of 1/2000 or 2000 means that the shutter will seconds or will be open for 1 to 2000 of a second. It is also worth noting that each increase in shutter speed doubles the moment of light entering the camera. So the next part is the QC3, is the battery percentage, or the battery, or what else, or the battery level. Displays the remaining battery level with an icon. So when we talk battery, so these are the battery of the camera. If your camera are low battery, so you can charge it, or you can charge it. So what is the battery level? Or when we talk battery level, when we talk how long does QC3 battery. So with a full charge, the QC3 battery provides approximately 20 hours of standing time. However, the battery only lasts about 5 hours of continuous talk time. The length of time may vary depending on the level of noise. So obviously most of us, we know what is battery. Okay? Syempre, all people have cell phone, or so they know what is battery. And then the QC for the shots remaining. These are the QC for the part of 162. Wala. Sorry. The part of 162, like the index. So indicates the number of remaining shots that can be captured. So so what is it? What is shots remaining? So the shots remaining, the number of remaining shots available for capture, the number varies depending on the memory card capacity and the image recording quality you have chosen. So they have different or depending to the memory of the capacity. Kung kung ang image excuse me, kung ang image recording quality you have you have chosen. And then the the next part of that image is the QC5 image recording format or quality. So they are the image recording format quality. These are the part of the top at the top of 162. They are the image recording format or quality. Then the part of kanina RAW plus na L R raw. So when we talk image recording format quality, it is in the amount of compressions applied to the photo determining its quality. Lower quality, highlight coverage photos are smallest in size. Also, this allows you to fit more photos on a memory card quality. So it seems like so when we talk image recording format quality, it seems like an memory card quality, or it seems just like a memory card. You can save it, you can fold it like that. So the QC6, the ISO speed. So what is it? It is the ISO. So obvious naman, ISO speed. So this are the ISO speed. This is a part of this, the 400 ISO 400. So ISO 400 is a higher ISO speed, makes it easier to capture shots of dynamically left scene. So when we talk QC6 ISO speed, what does ISO speed mean on a camera? So it means on a camera, ISO refers to the camera's sensitivity to light. So wherever it uses film or a digital sensor, a lower ISO value or ISO indicates less sensitivity to light, whereas a higher ISO indicates greater sensitivity. So those are the QC6. In the QC7, the aperture value. So what is the aperture in photography? So the aperture in photography is aperture in the opening in the diaphragm of a lens through which light passes. It is calibrated in f-stops. Is commonly written as a 1.4, 2 to 8, 4, 5, 6, 8, 11, and 16. So these are the aperture value, the f4.0. So next is the top. Next is the top. So and they have in the top, these are the camera, and they have, like for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they have meaning of that. For example, 1 is the T1 focus mode switch. So use this switch to set the focus mode to automatic. So when we talk switch, or when we talk use this switch to focus when you, or is like for example when you cut a camera to the people or to the something else what you want to take the camera, so you can focus it to make a good quality of the camera. These are the example of that in the T1 focus mode switch. Because to change the way the camera focus, use the focus mode selector or focus manually. Use if the camera is having difficulty focusing using autofocus, or to intentionally take out focus shots. So you can take a camera and focus it to use to to get a good quality of the camera when you take the camera. So the number two, the T2 or the speaker. So obviously naman, if the speaker and then the audio sound of a recorded movie can be played, like you can shoot a movie or a scene like what they shown in the TVs or the teleseries. So we can play, so you can hear, like you know what is saying, like the speaker. So the T3 is the strap moment. So with the strap moment, pull the strap in through the eyelet and secure it firmly, making sure that two ends of strap are balanced. So you can pull the end of the strap through the eyelet and secure it. So that's all my report, and thank you. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will continue the next reporter. Thank you.
Good day, ma'am. My name is Wilfredo Imukang Jr. and this is my explanation about the topic of the PPT. Hot shoe is a mounting point on the top of a camera to attach a flash unit and other compatible accessories. It takes the form of an angled metal bracket surrounding a metal contact point, which completes an electrical connection between camera and accessories for standard brand independent flash synchronization. Power switch is a term that can refer to different things depending on the context. A power switch can be a device that controls the flow of power to an electric device such as a computer. Mode dial or camera dial is dial used on digital cameras to change the camera's mode. Most digital cameras, including DSLR and SLR like cameras, support modes selectable either by a rotary dial or from a menu. The creative zone is where photographers who want to control their camera and select which settings to use themselves go. Basic zone refers to the selection of preset fully automatic shooting modes on your camera's mode dial. Generally speaking, entry-level to mid-range EOS cameras have more basic zone shooting modes than more advanced cameras. Flash button is an ambiguous term that can refer to different things. It can mean a pre-built button in Flash software that implements button animation, a clickable button that redirects the user to URL with a flash tile, a magic device that produces a flash of light from a shared button, a button on a telephone that performs various functions. Function of the main dial with examples: a Canon camera's main dial is a rotary control usually located on the top right side of the camera. It lets you adjust important camera settings such as shutter speed, aperture, and IOS. A zoom adjustment ring found on many digital video recorders and digital cameras. Zoom rings enable motorized zoom that allows you to change that focal length in real time as you shoot. Focusing ring. Each lens has a focusing ring. This is a section of the lens that rotates to allow the photographer to focus the image. Number 6. Slides can be color or black and white. Slide film is also called positive or reversal film because unlike the negative film where it's hard to distinguish that image It captures images that look like whatever was photography. Slides are pieces of celluloid that are often framed in mountains made of cardboard or plastic. Letter A. Remote Control Terminal. This N3 type terminal connects with a remote control switch to fire the camera to avoid camera shake when shooting with the telephoto and micro lenses, as well as when using bulb exposures. Letter B. Audio, video, out, and digital terminal. HDMI Mino Out Terminal. These are terminals for TV output and data transmission, as well as for HDMI Mini output. The N mark touching the N mark against an NFC compatible smartphone will initiate pairing between the camera and the smartphone. C. Use this item to connect to a display or computer. HDMI is the only cable interface in consumer electronics that can carry uncompressed high-definition video and multi-channel audio in all high-definition formats. It provides high-definition digital video and digital audio via a single cable, allowing for a clutter-free entertainment console. D. The N mark is different from the NFC Forum certification mark, which is the industry-facing mark used to indicate that a hardware device has been certified compliant with NFC Forum specifications. And the last, number 7, hidden cameras, also known as spy cameras, are devices designed to be concealed or disguised in everyday. No. The number 7 is all about bottom of the camera. Then the explanation bottom of camera is the hidden cameras, also known as spy cameras, are devices designed to be concealed or disguised in everyday object while recording audio and video. They can be used for a variety of purposes such as home security, surveillance, and monitoring. And that's all, ma'am. Thank you. Pasensya na po sa ma'am, kung saba na ako sa gawas good, ma'am. Nagpa-signal, ma'am. Walay signal sa sulod, ma'am. Thank you po.
So, I am the last reporter, and I will continue to discuss the two remaining parts and function of the camera. So, bottom 1, card slot battery compartment. Battery compartment, this part of the camera is where you can able to load and supply battery. Dito nilalagay ang mga battery ng camera card slot. It is where you can able to put the memory card of the camera. Dito nilalagay ang mga memory card. Nilalagay ito just to save all the pictures inside the camera. These various type of card will depend on the camera model. Bottom 2, tripod socket. Bottom 2, tripod socket. This socket is where it will be placed at the bottom of the camera body. this tripod socket ay makaka-help para mo rotate ang camera sa mga DSLR na camera. This socket will fit 1/4 20 UNC standard screw thread size. Yan ang yan ang available na gina-use for tripod. So that is the last topic of report. Um, thank you.